So I go in, I'm like, oh, that's weird. The fire alarm's going off. I load up a duffel bag, like 30 pounds of weed. Yeah. I come out of the place and surrounded in police officers are everywhere. Because they came because of that fire alarm going off in the school, and I'm holding a duffel bag, and they're just standing there. It's like 1 a.m. or whatever, and I just come down the steps. They look at me, and I look at them, and I was just like, "Boys," and I just walked to my car, and I just was like, "Please, please, 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 please." Got in, took off, no problem. Lucky to have like an ego boom like early, and it was like, looking back on it, it was like really nothing. It wasn't anything great, but at the time when I was like 24, 25, I was just making so much money selling weed that I was like. Dude, it went right to my head.
Wow.
As soon as I made like a couple $1,000s a week, I was just like, oh my God, I'm the fucking best. And you start
buy
getting
rings and shit?
I was real low key about it. I mean, right now, it's the most rings I've ever worn right now. But yeah, dude, you just get, when you like, that happened to me, and I got like, you just start getting greedier, and I was just like, I want more. Luckily, I got wiped out financially like twice. And then that has like an evening, you go like up and back down, you go, okay, and it kind of brings you back to earth where you're like, yeah, like don't let anything like that get to your head or like make you act different. And again, it's embarrassing. It's like, dude, I was making $2,000 selling weed, but it's like, it was enough for me at such a young age to be like, I'm the man. Everyone's a fucking idiot who can't do it. And it was just like, and then I came crashing and burning, and I was like, all right, back to painting houses now with my friend. It really had like that for me.
Oh, dude,
it was real experience, and I was able to be like, okay, when things are going well, A, don't be a dick, and B, it might not always forever. Huge chance it won't. So, be grateful and just kind of like, be nice and just try to help out. Don't get too,
How'd you get wiped out?
Just losing money in the mail. I got robbed at gunpoint. I had like a couple stretches where like dudes I know would get fucked up on drugs and just kind of like dip out. I got robbed at gunpoint. I lost that. And then I mailed like, I think like $30,000 in the mail, and that got snagged by the postal police.
No.
Yeah, dude, that was scary.
I like put $30K in the mail.
Yeah, I vacuum sealed it, all that stuff.
And what, can you just not legally move that much money?
You're not allowed to mail money like that, no. And then what they do is they're like, come on in. Like they're like, we'll talk to you. And it was like, my name wasn't on it. It was like I tacked it on with my friend. And the trick is you can be like, oh, I was buying a car, blah, blah, blah.
Did you go in there? You wear a mustache?
Fuck no, dude. I was like, I just called it a wash. I'm like, I'm not going to the fucking post general mass or whatever it is.
Is there a chance to get it back?
If you can prove it's legit, they're going to be like, all right, where's your tax return? Out of us. So it was like, you can't, unless you had a legitimate, if I legitimately was doing it, I could be like, hey, here's what I'm doing. I need that back. But it's the last place you want to go in and be like, no, it was actually up to no good.
I bet it's sitting there. I bet you go in there and talk to them at least.
Yeah, right. It's gone. Oh my God. Yeah. They probably took it.
Oh, the postal workers?
I would imagine the postal, or they maybe, they were like, here you go. But it's like, yeah, that was the big thing back then. It was just mailing weed. You would just get it to your house and immediately write return to sender. Don't open it. Because what they do is either a guy in like a officer pretends to work for the USPS and they come and deliver it. Mm-hmm. And what they were doing first, which kind of fucked them up, they'd be like, open the box right now, and you open it and be like, there'd be weed in there. And you could just go, I don't know, anyone could mail me anything. So they legally couldn't do anything. So what they started doing is they let you get the package, they wait like 10 minutes, and then they come in because people usually get it and cut it right open. So what you have to do is you write return to sender, leave it in the corner of the room, wait about like an hour, and then you put it in your car and you drive towards the post office. So if they pull you over, you're like, bro, I don't even know what this is. I'm taking it to the post office. And if you just kind of do a couple laps, someone's following you, go somewhere else and you cut it open. But it's like, that was the move, because California would mail it over for just like pennies compared to what it was on the East Coast. I thought I was the man, but then,
did you start buying anything? You buy a nice suit or something?
I was I was like a Chinese triad. I didn't spend anything.
Would you start sleeping on your back or something at least?
You know what I would do? I would go on trips. I would do vacations. So I would like go away and like ball out like that. But no, I didn't buy the cars. I didn't do any of that stuff. I kept it pretty low key.
Where'd you go to Cancun or something?
Yeah, I went to Hawaii.
Yeah,
I did a trip to Hawaii to the Four Seasons. It was pretty tight.
Damn, so you were balling.
I was balling out. Yeah, I was balling. But then again, I lost it all. And then you go from like, enjoying the perks of that to like, I'd be happy if someone gave me $50 right now, so it's like,
yeah.
And at a young age, it's the best thing that could have happened, because at a young age, I got to like get that ego swell and just completely come crazy. And there's something liberating when it happens though. Mm-hmm. I remember being oddly like relieved at the time, being like, oh, this is kind of cool. I don't have to worry about all this shit anymore.
Oh, that's just a nightmare, dude. We sold weed for almost 4 hours one time. Fucking,
it's scary.
It was the scariest
all
shit ever.
Day, every day.
Fucking almost killed the kid. I started accusing him of fucking shit. We literally had $200 worth of fucking weed. Like, we were fucking. It was
just Alpha Dog immediately.
Bro, things went it was crazy.
Well, dude, you talk about being paranoid. It's you're in a paranoid.
Everybody's a fucking narc or whatever.
Everyone's following you. Everyone's a narc. Everyone's watching you. Dude, at one point,
I would wake my friend up and be like, "You fucking watching
me, motherfucker!" I had a storage unit at one point, and between me and someone else, we had like 60 pounds of weed in there. And I'd have to go in there with a duffel bag in the middle of the day and like look around, load it and walk back up. And the one time I went there at 3 a.m, or excuse me, it was like, 1 a.m, but I go in there, it's nighttime and there's a fire alarm going off in the school. And I remember hearing it being like, well, there's a school nearby, which probably wasn't the best place to have fucking 60 pounds of weed. So I go in, I'm like, oh, that's weird. The fire alarm's going off. I load up a duffel bag, like 30 pounds of weed. Yeah. I come out of the place and surrounded in police officers are everywhere. Because they came because of that fire alarm going off in the school. And I'm holding a duffel bag and they're just standing there. And it's like 1 a.m. or whatever. And I just come down the steps. They look at me and I look at them and I was like, boys. And I just walked to my car and I just was like, please, 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 please. Got in and took off. No problem. I was shitting myself, dude. That was like one of the scarier.
Oh, I can feel the stress of that, dude. Because you feel the second when they're behind you, you must be like, they're following
me, burning in my head. You're pulling off. You're just waiting for one of their cars to pull off. And it was like, dude, it was a massive, giant like hockey bag. And I was like, this looks so sketchy. I'm just coming out like, and I like froze. Like,
it says weed on the side of it.
Yeah. Came out like, just stared at them. And I was like, hey. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with that guy?
Wow.
Yeah, true. That is, I will say that is one of the perks of being a white guy.
Yeah.
Easily. Just seeing the cops at 1 a.m. with a giant duffel bag and being like, hey.
Yeah.
What's up, brothers? What's up, guys?
Hi-ho, neighbor.
Yeah. But yeah, and you're just in a paranoid delusion the whole entire time. It's terrible for your, dude, my hair's fucking gray, dude.
Yeah.
You're just worried all the time, constantly for years, dude.
You're hiding shit in your ceiling. Yeah. That's kind of, everything just gets scary. You're hiding stuff. Yeah. We had like a couple of,
fighting. Dude, it's funny because, sorry to cut you off.
No, go on.
You give someone an ounce of weed and you would watch them. They'd be like, yeah, just like, sell this. And people would start it and it's like, people would implode because it's just so much pressure, or they would just smoke it all and they'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, but then they're high. Now you're having to fucking talk to somebody that's fucking high to get you their shit back. And then everybody starts knowing you're the weed guy. So people knowing you're the weed guy, there's something cool about it. But then there's also this fear because you're like, well, I'm going to get busted.
Paranoid. Yeah, paranoid all the time. Then you hear about other people getting busted and, it's just.
And then it gets closer to you and you're like, don't snitch or whatever.
Yes, and I wasn't going to do anything.
You're burying shit. Yeah. So. We would bury weed in we had like 7 dime bags we were trying to sell, right? We fucking.
You got them in your mouth. And you're in little wheelchairs.
Like we were burying them in the yard. It was unfucking believable, dude.
I know. That's why you didn't get caught, though, dude. You guys were careful.
It was breaking horrible, dude. That's who we were, dude. It was the dumbest fucking thing ever. I'm in the front yard just calling my buddy fucking burying fucking dime sacks with a trowel.
I know someone who
you know what the fuck you're doing.
I know someone who thought he was selling steroids and he got beat and they were just antidepressants. So he was selling them to like a bunch of people we knew. They're all like, dude, they're working. I'm getting yoked. And they were just on SSRI.
Oh, dude. Feel great.
Hey man, it did feel good.
Dude, I bought some steroids once. My girlfriend, while I was away from her house, I was doing something, found them, broke and threw them all away.
She took your roids?
And when I got
Did you already cycle on them? So did you were you like, what the fuck?
No, I think I had been on steroids at the time and I was not happy when I got there, okay?
Yeah, dude.
It was, do not look. If you find your boyfriend's steroids, okay?
Don't touch them.
Just, bring it up to him. Do not get rid of them though, because it can create a man to become violent. You know, I didn't, but you could see how it could be a wild day for someone.
Dude, I'll say, and this is like, I've interacted with a couple people who did the combination of coke and steroids, and that's the most lethal. That's like a dangerous combination. Oh, I would. And then if you're already a little bit bipolar, and boom, like, dude, those steroids, the coke, and your bipolar mania hit at the same time. It's like that was the craziest. I was out to breakfast one time with a guy like that, and he ordered. It was actually kind of alpha, but we were ordering breakfast. He's like, "Oh, and I'll take a muffin, and can I have that immediately?" And I was like, "Damn, bro." You just hit her with the immediately. He's like, and I want that immediately. Not even like, I can have that before. He's like, I want that immediately.
An immediate muffin.
It was boss energy. It was boss energy, but it was. I remember being struck by that. Being
like, muffin. Can I have it immediately?
Can I have it immediately? Like, what? A little urgency behind that.
Yeah. Huh?
But yeah, that's a wild combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long were you on the roids for?
I was on and off for a few years. I remember the first time I ever did them.
Pills or did you inject?
Shooting.
Dang, that's awesome.
Shooting 3-pointers. One time, my buddy Sean, he sold me some pills. He actually passed away. He died. He drowned. He tried to hide from the police underwater.
No, dude.
Fucking drowned.
That's terrible.
You just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's you don't think about it when he was so high. Yeah. You just thought I can hide underwater.
Bro, I'm